Hello again, this is the 29th of January 2022 and this is another me and my spin. This one's actually about slings and baby carriers, which I've sort of got very into at the moment because I've been in the market for, in the market for one. I've actually bought two, got a bit carried away. But so this is, maybe more useful to more people. I'm going to talk about the merits of, different styles of sling stroke baby carrier, and hopefully someone will find that useful. This isn't like a paid promotion or anything, and I don't want to get sued, so I'm not going to talk about brands. I'll just talk about sort of features and, stylistic things that make them good or bad. And as you can see, baby is still currently indoors. So for my demonstration model, I'm afraid my son's little toy monkey is the best that I can do at short notice. Don't know if you can see her moving. She is currently wiggling her little armies and leggies. Yes, slings. I did buy two slings second hand. Well, technically my mum bought one for me and I bought the other. And found neither of them very good, to be honest. One of them, they were both sort of quite expensive brand name ones that looked very, very stylised and everything, and, were supposed to be really good, but no, they didn't really live up to expectations. So I ended up not really using one as much as I would have liked. They are useful if you can find a good one. If you get one that's a bit crap, then they're no use at all. So yes, I'm going to go through some points that I have found, made the two I had for my son a bit rubbish, and hopefully now I've done some research and got some new models, it should be a bit better. I'm going to show you this. This is a ring sling. It comes in a little bag. It folds quite flat. It's very light. It's pretty minimalist. It's based on sort of traditional ones that are used in South Asia, apparently, that have been used for thousands of years. So they're tried and tested and certified okay. Some people seem to love them. Some hate them. They say that the baby doesn't feel safe and they can't get on with it and they can't work out which way around it goes and all this kind of thing. And they seem quite expensive for what they are. You can't really get one new for less than about 20 quid. This one I actually got second hand on eBay for a tenner. And as you can see, it is literally just a big long strip of, it's double thickness of a good sturdy cotton. So when you think about how much fabric there is there and the quality of it, yes, you start to see why they're expensive. And these rings, that's the fastener on it. They've got to be pretty sturdy. You can't just use a bit of, an old bracelet or something. They've got to be pretty strong. And according to the instructions on this, they can take anything up to 33 kilograms. And I'm so very, very old that I don't actually know what 33 kilograms is, but I looked it up and it's actually 5 stone, or just over 5 stone. I did give this a go, actually, this morning with my son, who is 4 years old, not a particularly small 4-year-old, and weighs about 3 stone. And I actually found I could pick him up pretty well with it. And he seemed perfectly comfy in it, and, it was sort of spread the weight quite nicely. I'll take my cardi off to show you how we put it on, and it's a bit easy without. You can always put your coat on over the top of a sling, which is one of the great advantages of them. You you just wear it like an item of clothing almost. And then you can just take your coat on and off as you please without having to deal with all the bits. Anyway, what you do, you sort of wrap it around yourself like a shawl with this ring here just by your shoulder, and then you spread that out a bit just to spread the weight quite nicely. Take this long tail end, put it in through two and back through one. As you can see, this one's got a little pocket on, which is quite nice. Because I mean, one of the disadvantages of slings is that, you know, when you're carrying one, it is quite difficult sometimes to you know, carry a handbag or a you know, a changing bag or anything, shopping bags and things as well. Whereas with a pram or a pushchair, you can just sort of shove it all in the bottom or hang it over the handlebars or whatever. It's not really worth getting a pushchair if there's nowhere to put your bags, honestly. Just a waste of space, really. One of the big advantages of pushchairs over slings is that you know, you get all that carrying space for your stuff. Anyway, yes, you sort of pull a long tail through there, and then you've got this bit here, and that's where the baby sits, and you just need to tighten it up, you know, pull in some slack up here so that it's, you know, tight around your body there, and pull on this outside one to tighten up the bottom, pull it down. Now, as the baby grows, you'll you know, need more and more slack here. But now, the way I've been shown to do it, you hold your baby just as if you know, giving him a little cuddle like this, and you pull your sling like this. Get the little baby leggies through the bottom, and their tail if they happen to be a monkey. Pull that up over their head, and then again just pull this so that it's baby's held firmly but not getting crushed, and pull all that slack down there, and that's pretty much how it works. And baby just sits like this. They do sort of hold on to you naturally. But their arms probably aren't this long when their body is this size, but there we go. As I say, best I can do at short notice. If you do get some slack here and baby doesn't feel secure, just sort of tighten it up. That side for the underneath and that side for the top. And then as baby grows, you roll that down so that they get a bit of a pillow there. And you can sort of use this, scrunch it up and make it into a bit more of a headrest if you feel that's a bit better. Or you can throw it over for a breastfeeding cover or protection from the elements or whatever if need be. Put baby in the dark if they want to sleep, whatever. Or if you've got a very dribbly baby, you can sort of fold it up and pop it under the head to protect your trendy outfit from spitting. And you know, baby just sit there, and you've got your hands free to get your housework done or whatever you want to do. And the best way I've heard this described is it's like a deck chair. You know, it takes the weight of your baby's bum and lower back here, and then the legs just sort of naturally cling to you like this. This is called the M position by sling makers. It's the knees are up, the bum is down, and the feet just hang straight down. And it's supposed to be, you know, a lot more comfortable for the baby and easier on the hips and everything. And it's amazing how many slings do not hold your baby like that. The one I had for my son, it had, you know, no hip support at all. His legs just hung straight down, and I ended up sort of holding his knees up all the time. And it just sort of defeated the object of having a sling, really, because I had to hold on to him. So I'll take this off. That's a ring sling. That's the one that I haven't actually tried it with a real baby, but I know people who swear by them. my cousin, she had a particularly clingy baby, and you know, she just used to keep it on all the time until it was maybe about 2-3 years old. And the good thing about, you know, these wrap slings, well, a wrap sling is one that, you know, literally you sort of tie yourself up in. You know, you tie your baby on, it's just a strip of fabric. Couldn't be any simpler. But again, they are quite expensive for what they are. They do come in a lot of nice funky colours and stuff, but yeah. And I don't know, I wouldn't dare use one, I think, because, you know, you really need to know what you're doing. Get it tied properly so that, you know, the baby's safe. You really need to, you know, have good practice and everything with one. Yeah, so I'm going to give that one a go. I'm definitely enjoying that. And because they fold up so small, they're really easy just to put in your changing bag or in the bottom of your pushchair or anything, just for backup in case, you know, you've got a baby that doesn't like being put in the pushchair, or, you know, you've got a toddler that wants to walk but gets tired or whatever. Just sort of carry it with you wherever you go. It's quite useful in that respect. Now the other one I've got, this is a proper baby carrier. I mean, the words baby carrier and sling do tend to get used interchangeably, but by general consensus, this sort of backpack type thing with the big straps and everything that's, you know, more padded and shaped, that's a baby carrier, and this more traditionalist style is a sling. Though there are some that, you know, it's hard to tell which is which, and yeah, these often get slings and those get called baby carriers. What's the difference, really? Now this one, it's got a lot of useful features on. A lot of useful features that my last two slings didn't have. The only thing I'm finding a little bit annoying with it is the clips on it. As I've been playing with it, I found they've got this sort of double lock that, I'll sort of show you in close up. You clip it in, but then to get it undone you have to sort of press on that extra thing, and it's quite stiff. It's a bit hard to do when it's behind your back. But yeah, I'll try and show you what it is. The previous owner of this, I got it second hand. It's supposed to be about £100, but I got this one for a tenner. Bargain. The previous owner stitched it because she said her babies used to sort of trample the poppers off and things. But yeah, this one, you can see it's very wide at the bottom. You put this bit round your waist like this. I'm not going to tie it up properly because, as I say, there is somebody actually living in my stomach at the moment. And then the straps go over your arms like that. It's got this little clip at the back that you can just use to hold the things together. So I'm slipping off. And yeah, that's more or less what you do with it. And these bits you can unclip, so again they've got that sort of annoying double lock on, but there we go. Maybe I'll get used to it. And this isn't actually how you do it with a newborn, but yeah. I'll just position the monkey so you can see what's going on. Really you ought to get the whole strap off and sort of put them in the side. You get the clip, pop it in there, and tighten these bits up so that, again, the baby is held close to you but not crushed right up. The straps on these are sort of quite nice and soft and flexible, so if you have an older baby that's wanting to sort of get up and look around, you know, it's not going to rub on your shoulders. And, you know, see this waist strap, it's very stiff and sort of firm around your waist, so, you know, the baby isn't going to slip down. Again, right, this wide base here, it sort of almost goes from side to side of your body. You know, that's just holding your baby's legs in the M position, as you can see demonstrated by the monkey. And this one has this fantastic feature. It's got the little poppers that come undone, and you know, pop her in there so it comes down to a V shape. When baby gets a bit older and wants to turn round, you again, you wouldn't do this with an actual baby. And pop them in this way so you can have a little look out, see where you're going, so see what's going on in the world today. And the legs won't be sort of stretched like they do in the splits. Yeah, as I say, the previous owner did stitches, and that would just sort of pull into the middle with the poppers, and you know, baby's legs would be in a more natural position. I'm leaving that because, you know, for a newborn, you didn't want them facing you. And this one's got this little flap on it as well, which, again, it's got little poppers there. You can clip these bits here to the strap to hold them up. You do this when the baby's facing you, obviously. And that's, again, it's just a little, could be a headrest, could be a protection from the sun, whatever baby particularly needs in that moment. Yeah, little arms go through there and leggies go through there. And another nice thing about this one, if I unclip, I'm sure I'll get used to this eventually. You can just sort of swizzle it round and put the baby on your back, like this. You can just carry your baby in the same way as if they're in a little backpack. You know, if you're going for some serious walking and baby on the front's going to be bobbing around annoying you, or if they get very heavy and you know you feel them sort of ruining your posture. And you can cross these straps over as well if that's more comfy for you personally. Yeah, the other one that had for my son, you know, the one that did have, you know, a reasonable amount of hip support. That one, it just felt like he was flopping around in it all the time. You know, there's sort of no security in it. And apparently, if they slump, you know, there is a sort of chance that they're going to suffocate. They sort of press the face into your chest. And yeah, it didn't really feel safe at all. And I later found out that it should have come with some wedges of padding that you then remove as the baby grows. Again, that just seems like a bit of a design flaw to me. You know, it's something that, well, it did, not just could, did go missing. That's one more thing to get wrong, really, isn't it? I just imagine that, I mean, obviously I didn't try it with the padding because it wasn't included. I just imagine it'd be sort of really bulky and sort of hot and sweaty. Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been a good sling. It was, let's say, it was a big name brand. It was supposed to be about £100 new. Yeah, but it came with all. It's supposed to come with all these bits of padding and stuff that you wedge in, and I don't know. It just seemed a bit fussy. You know, it's similar in design to this one. You know, with the straps like a backpack and everything. Yeah, I didn't get on with it. And the hip support at the bottom, instead of folding in like this, it sort of folded down, which was a bit weird. So I ended up with lots of bulky padding down here as well, which, yeah, it didn't work for me. Yeah, and the other one, again, famous branded one, that was, I think it was supposed to be about £80 new, but I got it for a £5 second hand. And as I say, it had no hip support, and also, there were just so many little straps and buckles and things all over it. It was, really complicated to get on. Another issue with it was unsuitable for children under £8, which is, not many £8 newborns around. My son was £5.12 for the first month, and we just couldn't put him in it. It was just massive on him. They have these weight limits for a reason. So he didn't hit £8 till he was about 3 months old, and when I put him in it, he just he just slumped. He was just lost in it, and it was no good. So I didn't really sort of get in the habit of putting him in it, and then I just ended up not really using it that often. Just sometimes if he was getting a bit fussy in the house, I'd put it on, and he'd calm down just having a cuddle. I didn't really get much use out of it at all. Just gave it away in the end. He'd grown out of it by the time he was 8 months old. It's only about 5 months of use. I would sometimes put it in the pushchair, just in case he wanted to get in it while we were out. But then he'd put him in the sling, and he'd want to get back in the pushchair. It was a sort of really awkward, uncomfortable sling. And he'd end up with a grumpy little baby who didn't really know where he wanted to be. And I don't know, I do see a lot of parents sort of carrying the babies around just in their arms. I think, well, just get a sling. Just get a sling. And you can have an arm free to do your shopping or eat your dinner or whatever. I mean, there is a movement called baby wearing, which, I find interesting. I wouldn't necessarily go all the way baby wearing, but I do definitely think they have a bit of a point. The idea is you carry your baby all the time until they actually want to, go down. It does worry me a bit that, the baby would be absolutely attached to one person. I mean, you can sort of pass them on to your partner or whatever in the sling, but they just get a bit sort of over attached. I don't know. I mean, I know sort of traditionally babies were just always carried around by, on the mum's back or whatever. I don't know. It's one that I think because we live in a society where babies tend to be put down most of the time unless they're being fed or actually played with or something. It's one of those things that just seems a little bit odd. It seems like a sort of weird hippie movement, really. But yeah, it's something that I'm going to give it a go, maybe. But I don't necessarily think that I'm going to be carrying my baby around in the sling all the time. Because, I want to rest occasionally. I've known people who've done it who say, I'm always spilling food on my baby's head when I'm trying to eat and things. It sounds to me, as someone who hasn't done it, as a bit of hassle for, I'm not sure exactly what the benefit is supposed to be. It's supposed to be that, your baby feels more secure and everything, but do they? I don't know. Is there any evidence into this? Especially when they're sort of at the stage of, sitting up and crawling around and things, probably better to give them a bit more freedom to move around. I don't know. I'm not a child psychologist or anything. I can't really talk in much detail about that. But yes, slings, they're worth a try, definitely, if you're having a child. As I say, you want one that's got good. There's no point buying one that doesn't have this sort of arrangement down here for the hips, because you're just going to end up carrying your baby's legs around. And the adjustable things for, you know, being able to turn them round, it's good. It's a good thing to have. Yes, there are a few other styles. There's the one that's sort of halfway between a baby carrier and a sling. It's like two straps that cross over here, and you put your baby in the middle with the straps sort of going under their bum, and then tie a band around the middle. Just literally tie it on like a big belt. Again, I think there's a lot that can go wrong with one of them. I wouldn't really want to risk it myself. But yeah, there are people who swear by them. And then there's the ones that are kind of like this. But, you know, they come in various different shapes and sizes and colours, and, you know, various different arrangements of, you know, how the straps go on and everything. Yeah, that was another issue with one of my son's slings. The back was made so that it was like a racer back. You know, the straps sort of came together in a cross, and then there was supposed to be a bit of lumbar support, I think, and just a bit of sort of triangle of padding on it. And I don't know how much difference it made to, you know, my back. But yeah, it made it a bit awkward to get on and off, and also to you couldn't turn it round and put the baby on your back if you'd rather do it that way. I think versatility is definitely a positive. You know, you want one that you can wear in various different ways. And one that's going to last a long time, you know, that's very adjustable and can sort of grow with your baby. Yes, that's mostly what I've been reading about for the last few weeks, about the merits of various kinds of sling. Yes, that's the information I've gleaned. I hope someone finds that useful or interesting or something. As with all of these videos, I hope someone finds it interesting or useful in some way. And I'll see you next time. Anything you need clarifying, just ask in the comments, please. I'll see you later.